A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com. Ooh, welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
I'm Larry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
And this is episode 272. It feels like we just did this opener not that long ago.
Oh, we did it last night. And if you haven't gone or even known about the secret layer deck of Cute to Brute, it is still open. It's kind of a short release, but it does seem like there are still some decks out there to be had. So go check it out if that's something that you're interested. Also, we had the video. Go check it out.
Oh, yeah. I'll put that in the video below on this. And if you're listening later, but I don't know if you're listening later, it might already be sold out by that point.
Right. It is limited release. So if you didn't know about it, that's my guess is they kind of told everybody about it Saturday at Magic Con in Minneapolis. Here,
hey,
right?
We were there.
We were there for the announcement.
What
Adam
were you
listened
doing?
to it. I was looking at bulk cards and just loving
you
life.
were doing. Yeah, I was gonna say you were doing your. I was gonna say your second favorite thing, but let's back it up. There's more things that are more your favorite, but in Magic,
no, I like bulk more than baiting. So that's
what you like bulk baiting.
I can look at bulk in public. So it's.
I mean, you can do the other in public too. It's frowned upon.
I'm sorry. No, you cannot. It is illegal. I'm pretty sure Pee Wee Herman went to jail.
It doesn't mean that you can't do it. It's just things might happen if you do. But oh wow, making those noises after.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But yeah, so while Lowry was going through bulk, I was gonna say your second favorite thing in Magic is not playing Commander games is probably your favorite, or building decks. Maybe it's
building
the same. And then going through bulk is what? Where do you rank that? 1, 2, or 3?
Probably 3. I'll go with games at 2.
Okay, there you go. So you're doing your.
You can, but you have to have earbuds in. You can listen in public.
But yeah, so they announced you can check out the video. I will put it below. It is not there at this moment because I forgot to put it there. We didn't know if it was gonna make it this long, so that's why we did kind of an emergency breakdown for the breakpoint last night. We break it down pretty good. Then that was kind of crazy when it first was going down. There was a hour plus line and 30 seconds.
I think a lot of people dropped out.
Yeah, so then it went,
and then because I went, it was initially once I got on, it was 11:02 when it started at 11, and they're like, "You are an hour 10 minutes out." I'm like, "Shit, well, I got time." And then I was on there, instead of 12:10, it was 11:35, 11:40 by the time I was checked out. So a lot of people dropped out,
and people
working.
Yeah,
suckers.
That too. Well, people weren't expecting it to be in a long line like that, so I'm sure people are just like, "Fuck this." And also, what I did is I had 2 web browsers going just in case, because we had that with the 30th anniversary kit, where things when you're finalizing stuff, errors happened and all this. So I was like, I want to make sure that I have 2 of them going. So once mine got through, I canceled the other one. It just dropped out of there, so that might open stuff up. So. But that's another thing. We aren't going to break down the secret layer. You guys want to check that out if you're listening now. And it's kind of crazy because it came out of nowhere. There was no warning besides Saturday and then Monday. The one thing I will say, and I think I said it on the video, they said at the panel that was at the MagicCon Minneapolis, is that this is one of a few that are going to be just this year of Commander deck secret layers. So that's kind of a cool thing. So I really did. I hated how long the coin flip deck took to get out to us all. But once you got it, it was very solid. All the cards in it and there's a lot of value in that stuff. So But yeah, okay. So that's that. Check out that stuff there. What are we going to talk about today on our podcast?
Well, we will expand upon our experience at Magic Fest Minneapolis. We're going to the final four of the Praetor tournament on whatever you guys voted on.
How many do you have left in that tournament? How many?
It is Adam's Praetor tournament at this point. I am not a part of it. I will probably go piss during that.
It's not that long.
I don't care anymore.
I
don't care. And then we're doing Fave 5 a piece for the March of the Machines Aftermath story, which has it's a set that's coming out soonish. I didn't actually check that.
Actually, it is the 12th, so it's this week.
The 12th? Okay. Yeah. And that has 50 extra cards in it. And yeah. So we're gonna kind of go through that.
It's not our normal Fave 5 where it's just commanders. It's Fave 5 for the whole set, just because it's such
for the whole set. Yeah, so small. A lot of different art variances there. And but it sounds like it's like 6 cards per pack or something.
Oh,
I don't know. I didn't look for it's not, and so check it out before you buy it. I plan on getting a couple singles, and that's about it.
Yeah, dang it! I just sent to my wife, "Hey, this would be a good birthday present for me."
I hope she hasn't. Well, she might have.
Hey, there we go. We got Cole saying Team Forest Walk, and number 2 saying Urza's for life. Thank you very much.
They're fighting in the comments. God, you guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. So yeah. Anyways, we did Smith. We popped her cherry. It just sounds really gross.
Hold on. We're doing Savant. Yeah, you keep on saying that too. We're doing Savant and gonna try and get in Staple versus.
Oh, sorry.
That's the whole podcast. We're going to do a little bit of a lot. And
this is one of the few times where beforehand I'm like, this is going to be a 2-hour long podcast. So we might have to cut Staple. We'll see what happens with Staple. So
do you want to say pop our cherry again for like the fifth
I do want to say one thing
or...
when you mentioned Staple or Stump, we do have Archangel Alchemist is our stumper this week. So just
all right.
And this is the 3rd week. So if you do not get stumped, we add to the ante, and next week we will have not only the flip side foil proxy of Urabras, but we'll have another card on top of that. So it's not going to be an 8-hour long episode.
Hashtag Team Forest Walk
like
in the Forest.
A walk in the forest. Good one, number 2. All right, so yes, we popped our cherry. We went to MagicCon Minneapolis. I mean, you couldn't make it easier for us to go because it's in our backyard. You know, it's our stomping grounds. It's like, well, I guess
we should. So we bought it about 3 days before we were supposed to go. Well, we weren't even sure. We were like, I looked and I was like, it's sold out. He's like, I was like, oh darn,
shoot.
I was like, oh no, we could buy a more expensive ticket. Son of a bitch. Yeah, let's go. All right, we went. I'm happy we went. How about you?
Yes, very happy. It basically is a let's play Magic with your buddies, or play Magic with a bunch of random people, I should say. Basically like an over exuberant LGS playing commander, and very well organized. I will say that there was a shit ton of tables in the middle, and whenever there was a group looking for somebody to join, they had the like judges almost you'd go to, and they go up and down, you know, saying we need one, and then people would call out. Or if you need 2, or if you're a table looking for people.
Or casual, or PEDH, or competitive.
Yeah.
Like if that's what you're looking for, there's enough people there that you can probably find a table. And really, you know, I think I went out once or twice and they were able to find me a table within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So super fast.
It was pretty sweet. And it was packed. Like from what we heard from...
But if I was walking around, I wouldn't have seen anything. Right. Like it was a great setup and a great way to just kind of find random people to play Magic with. And we got to meet a bunch of patrons we hadn't met before, which was really fun too.
Yeah. So the shout outs for that is we got to play games with Paul H, which is a patron, Jeff H, which is a patron, and he is actually working it. So it was kind of cool. We got to play with him after he was all done.
I'm just happy that Paul didn't talk shit about Urbrask one time. He did hashtag Team Force Walk more than anything. I appreciate that.
I did not. There was a lot of that going on. Ramsey was there. We got Lucas. He's not a patron, but he's a listener kind of, I think, or whatever. LGS stuff. He's played with us in our play group stuff. We saw Bill from Woodbury. Guy stopped by with his little buddy. His kid was there. They were just kind of sightseeing. And then I think it was Joel's who we came from. Was it South Dakota, or where did he come from?
Yeah, South Dakota. And that's what I recall.
Yeah.
I apologize. I was like starstruck by his beard when he asked me to sign his mat. I did not know. I was just like, God, that beard is amazing. And
what's funny is I was playing the game. I think it was with Paul. So I think Paul was in that game and whatever. But I remember Joel standing there and like watching. It's like, oh, he's watching our game intently. Like, it was pretty crazy. I think Urtet was kind of going crazy at that point. So I'm like, oh yeah, my Urtet's doing really good stuff. And then he came over and was like, hey, can you sign this? And at first I'm just like, is he just getting like random signatures from people? Like, I didn't even hit right away. And he's like, I saw the robe. You had put the robe on the back of my chair because it was so freaking hot. And he's like, yeah, I saw the robe. Hot. And that's how I knew that was you. And so I was like, oh yeah, for sure. I was like, Lowry's somewhere playing. He got knocked out or whatever. And he's playing somewhere else. So then he tracked you down. So that was really cool. Joel to swing by. And I wish we could have played a game with him. Like, that was the hard part is.
Yeah. He was kind of in and out and all. I think he was with some family, if I understood right. But that's fun. It's fun to kind of meet people that listen. And
number 2 said, I thought that story was going. Lau was going to sign his beard.
How am I going to sign somebody's beard? Am I going to like braid my name into his beard? I don't think he'd allow that. Number 2, I don't know how to braid, but he has like one of those like pointy beards. It was really cool. I have like a beard of like sideburns dude from the 1800s that lost the presidential election. Like, I wish I had a cool beard.
You could make it cool. It's putting effort.
Oh yeah, that's true. I also don't like care about my face. The beard is here to cover up the face. That's what it's here on me, but I can appreciate good beards.
Yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you have a beard. You like appreciate everybody else's beards. I don't do that. Mine's just the stubble. I keep it as a stubble because I think I would be murdered if I had a long beard like yours.
That's unlikely.
Your flavor saver. Number 2 said, did we play games against any celebs like Shivam or Kibler or something like that? No, we did see Dana Roach was walking around. I saw him a few times, and Max, who was a part of CMDR Central, they aren't going anymore, but they were walking.
Saw
around.
them.
Yep, saw them walking around. No, and there's some.
I saw the CCO guys.
I never saw them.
They caught my like the corner, and I was just like,
yeah. Oh, so you actually like caught eyes or whatever?
I don't even know if I did.
Kissy
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, so I saw there some things I regret is the next morning I was like, why the fuck didn't we just go up and down the rows and hand out all our cards and stuff? And saw Dana. I should have gone up and be like, hey dude, thanks for being on our cast. You're the last one that's been on our cast a year and a half ago. We haven't done, and who is it? I think it might have been Paul or somebody brought it up, was like, oh no, it might have been Jeff. Now that we're live or something, it might have been Paul. I don't know what somebody there mentioned it when I said, I was like, yeah, we haven't had anybody on. And it's like, well, we're live now. So you have to kind of have them used to being live because not everybody does their podcast live, so that's kind of a thing too. But we're also our thing where we're just like, we're in our groove. This is what we're doing. And then we just keep going and we never get guests, as you guys very well know. We never reach out, and it's just like every once in a while we go, all right.
It's very much our fault.
Yeah, it is. So there's some
it's
things.
Not you, it's us. If any celebrities are listening,
right.
But please contact us. We need help. Clearly,
I did see Black Nito as well. That was another one that I saw.
Oh, nice. So I apparently don't have good vision.
Well, that's why you have glasses.
That's fair. I am quite blind.
So yeah, basically when we got there, what we did is we were there pretty much within the half an hour of it opening. Everything was pretty open, empty and all that. Like even the commander tables, didn't realize that was the commander spot. We walked all around the table areas And then we went over right away to pick up some stuff. So we got the secret lair. I picked up that, got a couple of gifts and all that. And then we went into the artist section. And then once we got through there is when we hit the bulk stuff. And then Lowry was done. And that was right in front of the stage.
I saw the bulk?
Yep, saw the bulk. And he went through all the boxes of the bulk and got quite a few hits on there, actually. He got the Cavalier, the Black Cavalier that was only $1, and that
full
sucker's
art, Brave the Sands.
Yeah, you got some.
I was happy with a lot of them.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there just twiddling my thumbs, and I'm like, oh, they're posting like the current secret layer on the screen, and I was like, okay, and they're just talking, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a new secret layer. So then I'm like, you have my attention. I waddled over to the back part of the stage, and I sat there for the next half hour, 45 minutes. So it's kind of cool to hear the behind the scenes stuff. Like then they took questions from people and stuff like that, and so.
Jeff is saying he got to play Pack Wars with Gavin after as the staff after party. You got to play with famous people. We got to play with Jeff, which was very fun, and he's basically a celebrity as well.
Yes, basically. Well, and I want to give
he was working the spot.
And I want to give a shout out to Jeff too, because he did hook us up with some prizes that we're going to give away for SmithCon. So that was freaking fantastic, and all the help with all that stuff. So and that was fun playing. Games, even though fucking stomped a couple of those bastard. The Layla pimped out a Layla deck was awesome.
That was a gorgeous deck.
Yeah, and then the stole my win away from in my Uritet going off with all my planeswalkers, and then he came at me with 75 life and all my planeswalkers there with all his what are they? They were elementals, right? The 5/3. It's the Titania deck or whatever. And
yeah, whenever land goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, scape shift. And then Concordant Crossroads. The only thing in green that it's going to get you all haste. And he came at and knocked out all. I was about to that was going to be end game as soon as he said go. And so that was a fun game. We had a lot of good fun games. So
sweet.
Highly recommend it. We both had, we had dinner and we're like, hey, this was really fun. And we definitely do this again. I don't know if I'd travel, like take a plane somewhere to do it. Maybe Vegas, but Vegas seems very fucking crazy. But if there was like a Milwaukee, I might be down to drive if it was within driving distance and stay a weekend kind of thing. But yeah, so if you guys haven't done it, it's a lot of fun. It's a good time. Get a lot of Commander games in. If they do it this way at everyone, it's awesome. It's a good event. So
yeah. And it didn't it closed down at 8, but it went until midnight.
Yeah.
Which was really cool as well for Commander. Mm-hmm. The draft and all that kind of stuff. The judging kind of stopped at 8, but Commander players were able to just keep on going.
Number 2 wants me to say that I say Concordant Crossroads. Yes, I know. Now it's the bit because I did that whole. What was it? Was it a secret layer? Yes, because it was a secret layer and Concordant Crossroads. And so now I instantly text you.
Why'd you say it like that?
Yeah, because it was a secret layer. Like I just did a quick one. Like it was almost like we did last night. And I think I was just like, I'm just gonna do this quick, get it out there, and I did. Oh no.
You were breaking it up.
Small yes. Ones. Yep. That's right. And then I just said Concord. I know. Kid can't even read. I get it. I know. Okay. So I don't know. Was there anything else you wanted to chat about the MagicCon Minneapolis?
No, I mean, I think, change makes us a little nervous. And that's why we probably didn't promote us going.
I think more so me. I'm more.
Oh no, me too. Me too.
I'm just I was excited and nervous at the same time. I was like, I've never done this before. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to put my hands. Like that was pretty much the whole thing. And then I got chicken shit when we got to the scanners because I had little bottles of Malort that I was going to bring in and give away. And I was like, Laura, where are you? Oh, I'm at the parking ramp. Okay, I'm coming back because I'm going to put my Malort back in the car because I don't want to be embarrassed with them being like, sir, you can't bring that in.
You can't take this in here. Nobody wants this anywhere near themselves.
I think it would have been totally fine, but whatever. But yeah.
So, it's a good experience. Everybody I met that I didn't know was nice, and everybody that I did know was mean.
What?
And that's the perfect mix.
They were all hashtag Team Forest Walk. Like, what do you?
They still knocked me out. That didn't save me any games.
You did kill yourself in one where you're just like.
I did. That was.
When I was like,
didn't know anybody there.
Who am I gonna attack with my 20 plus Blanca? You're like, well, you might as well come at me. And I was like, I wasn't going to. I was gonna go after the Eureka player, but I guess since you offered it, you're dead.
You killed me. Actually, I killed myself in an actual game too, where I accidentally did it. Yeah. And that was quick. It was in the 3 random pod. And that was a fun game. All good people that I played with. I, at this point, forget all the names, but somebody was playing like Orvar. It's like the big black creature from the original Dominaria. When it comes into play, some target player's life total becomes half their starting life total. So if you're below 20, you go up to 20, and if you're above 20, you go down to 20 type thing. And so he had one where, like, when at the end of the turn, if you lose life, you lose that much life again. And it's that black enchantment.
Yeah.
And then he also had the one where if you gain life, you lose that much life instead. And so I made 2 copies of it in my Calmax deck and put one person that was at 38, brought him down to 20, which put him down to like 8 or 7 or something in there. Cause I was dead. So I stopped paying attention because they had the enchantment that said, when you gain life, you actually lose that much life. And I was at 7. So I went up to 20. It's like, you're dead. I'm like, why does this happen to me?
Can I ask really quick, now that you're like saying it and I'm like, it might be just the way you worded it. Does it say your life total becomes that, or does it say you gain life up to that?
No, your life total goes to that, but that counts as losing and gaining life.
Okay. I wasn't sure. So did you actually like question that then?
No, I know that is the case.
All right.
So whenever something says like
the more you know goes over my head. So I would have thought that you'd actually have to gain the life, not become the life. So okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I just was more when you told me the story the first time, I just was in awe that you are the most amazing player at killing yourself. Like do we have 3 now?
I'm at least 6 or 7 times legitly killing myself.
Is it 6 or 7? Yeah.
It's up there at least.
You had the 2 in one day, and that's the one that's always in my head. But yeah,
right.
The 2 in one day. That's fantastic.
I am number 2. You're right. I am on hashtag kill the Smith. And I'm pretty good at it. I'd like to say I'm pretty good at it.
I did like when Jeff announced in the Discord, he's like, I got 3 kill the Smith tokens, because I thought he meant like he got our little cards that we were giving out, but he's like, no, I killed 3 Smiths. And I was like, I got you. I see what you did there.
I missed that part, but he deserved it.
Yeah.
He was whooping us.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right. So what are you drinking? Because I'm almost out of my beer, so I got to go to my next beer. And we have no Malort on the stack for tonight.
We didn't have to. I was hoping not to say that, but you're doing a Sugar Shack. I'm doing an Oak Spire. I'm retrying it from like maybe a month or 2 ago, and just opening up Tropical Crush from Mind Haze Firestone, and this is pretty good.
Nice.
Ooh, there we go.
Speaking of Malort stuff, again, the donation stuff, I'm just going to say, you guys already know the donation stuff with the Malort and all that, but the newer one was if you donate you don't have to do it during the cast or whatever, but if you do it outside of it, you can be sponsored the episode with a beer of our choice or your choice, as long as we can get a hold of it. So that was the newer thing that we had on there. Okay. So we are done with recapping MagicCon Minneapolis.
You going to do tags?
I think it's time to get to our tags. I don't think we did not get a new patron this week. So I can just get right to stuff. You can become a patron by donating. Are you doing the timer? $1 or more.
Yep. Don't waste your time.
Gets you into the Discord. $5 or more gets you proxies if you so choose each month. The higher you move on those tiers, you can get the foil proxies. Let me just get it again. Because then I can have this for Stump the Smith Savant later. This little foily Urabrask. Let's see if I can get the foil shine going. This has the card sleeve on it, card condom. And you got the little backside to that. Get it up there. So you can get this each month if you so choose. The higher you move on the tiers and everything, you can get the foils, or you can get non-foils of the proxies. That is the financial way to support us. The other financial way to support us is to donate on the live streams. Make us take Malort shots. Not right now. You can't make us do the hot beans, but any other cast that isn't the podcast, like if it's playing Commander games or whatever, you can make us do the hot beans. Regular beans are always up. The regular Bean Boozeled, that's just $1. But that's another way to support us. That's doing it all on the live stuff. You can also support the show by subscribing to the YouTube channel, which is, for those of you watching right now, I'm guarantee all of 9 of you are subscribed that are watching currently. And if that is the free way to support us, we don't have any giveaway stuff. We don't have a goal thing yet. When's our 2,000 goal? When do we start promoting that?
When do we start that?
I'm just kidding. I'm completely, because somebody's gonna be like, fuck, I thought you guys were done with promoting that for a year.
We can give it a couple months. Maybe we start next year if we're not close.
Well, I think what was it? Guy posted today, and I emailed it to ourselves. The cameras. So I think that's gonna be our next goal, like upgrade equipment cameras, because if those actually come into fruition, those are going to be perfect for playing in real life games and having a live stream going. So
you're wasting time.
I know, but I had plenty of time because we really didn't
Look at you. You're being cocky.
Well, we didn't have much that went on YouTube last week because we were getting ready for SmithCon or whenever there's a con. I just want to call it SmithCon now. Magic
because SmithCon's the best con.
Yeah, exactly. And that's only a month away from tomorrow.
Sounds like we're cheating people.
Month away from tomorrow.
You're halfway done.
Oh, see,
2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm pretty much already done with all this.
You haven't even talked about curated.
What? That's you, and I might skip it.
That's not fair. You can't just cut.
So the videos that we had last week was curated MTG, which is twice a week. Lowry, what is your curated MTG that's going to be this week? Do you know?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
While you're thinking about that, we also had the secret
I won't
layer.
know. I won't know.
Oh, the secret layer video, like we mentioned earlier last night. So you can check that out. See if you guys want to buy that secret layer. We even have the one that's going for 60 days, which was 2 podcasts ago. You can check that one out. Curated again this week. Are you doing a spotlight or a deck harvesting spotlight this week?
That's a good point. No, we're not doing the deck harvesting thing. I just kind of cracked everything last week. Yeah, I'll do Thursday night, 9:00 Central PM.
There you go.
Time stuff. I'll do Zamone and Dina from
Zamone and
that last set.
That's
no,
Timon and Pumbaa. Although that would be kind of a good alt. If it was Timon and Pumbaa.
Probably wouldn't. That's
Zamone.
offensive. Probably.
Probably. It's a pig and a meerkat. Isn't it a meerkat? I think that's what he was.
Yeah, and a warthog, not just a pig.
Oh, sorry. And I was a young warthog.
That's good. That's good.
I had the soundtrack. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If I do something, it might be on Sunday night, and it might be I got to get proxies in because I have my birthday coming up. Oh, good for me in 2 weeks. So I might do it then, or I might do it later. So we'll see. Sunday, you'll know this weekend if I'm doing something there. So we got some videos coming up this week. And
it is your birthday month, so happy birthday.
Thank you. You can check out Twitter. We hated on Twitter before it was cool to hate on Twitter. But that's where you can see everything we post there. We posted pictures from MagicCon Minneapolis.
We did, and 4 people saw them. That was probably our biggest Twitter.
No, there was a lot of people that saw them. That was our most viewed thing that we've done in probably a year. Because it's the hashtag, and I know number 2 is like, Adam, hashtag it right.
5 minutes is up. Is there anything else you wanted to get to?
You can email us at commandersmiths@gmail.com. That is where you can send suggestions for Something Smith Savant. You didn't give me a 20-second warning.
I lost track of count. This is why we have
I lost
the thing going.
Track of count. I like it.
Yeah.
I lost track of count. All right. And how many? My birthday is on.
Remember
the 20th
when I said everybody I
May.
knew at Magic Fest Con was mean to me? Exhibit A.
All right.
Exhibit A.
Okay.
It's all right.
So,
I blew up Earth's head about 7 times this weekend. It was great.
Cole saying the hashtags are the key to visibility on Twitter. I understand that. What I had 3 of them, but I guess I didn't have the right one, because what I was doing was hashtagging MTG min, and I'd start spelling Minneapolis or whatever, and it'd go Minneapolis Con. I was like, okay, that one. And I was like, hashtag Magic Con, and then it was like Magic Con Minneapolis. What I was missing was hashtag MC. Is it MC Con Minneapolis? No, it was some MC Con something. I don't know. It was one I was missing. I got like 4 of them, but I missed the one, I guess, that was the main one. So gotta guess.
Hashtag Twitter sucks.
Well, and we were at the event, so I was like, I don't want to do research while I'm on my phone. Like,
right.
Whatever.
I agree.
Yeah. Yep. On the 20th. Yep. That's Sal. I want to say Sale, but Sal. Yeah. Mine is on May 20th, and I'll be 40. Oh, woof. Buzz's girlfriend. What are we doing?
No, you're not.
I'm not.
MC Minneapolis.
MC. Thank you. MC.
Why was it MC? Why wasn't it MF? Isn't it normally MF?
Well, I think it's Magic Con Minneapolis.
But they do Magic Fest now. It's not a Magic Con. It's a fest.
This one was a Magic Con.
What is the difference?
I don't know. You're asking me. Remember, hey, I popped my cherry by going to this thing this last weekend.
6th time saying it.
You can't pop your cherry 6 times. That's
well, no, but if you say it that many times.
Okay, let's get to we're 30 minutes into it, and we haven't even talked about. Well, we did talk about the Magic.
No, one of our thing is gone. Yeah, we're doing good. And you want to do the tournament?
Oh yeah, let's do the tournament.
And then we'll feel like we got 2 things done.
That's a good thing. That's a good idea. All right, let me get to this, and let's get to our button and only play it for like 8 seconds. And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
All right, stopping it there, because then
I was totally doing Mortal Kombat.
You were doing Staple versus. Yep. All right.
I don't know.
So we had the final 4 this week, which was Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, versus the OG Elish Norn on one side of the bracket, which is a number 1 against a number 5 pick. And then we had Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider, which was a number 7 pick. All of these are mine, by the way. And Shieldred, the Apocalypse, which was a number 3 pick on the other side of the bracket. All right. Let's start with the first matchup. Number 1 against number 5. Elish Norn against Elish Norn. Mother of Machines against Elish Norn, Grand Centobite. Where do you think this shook out? Remember, Elish Norn, the OG, was an accidental pick where I meant to go for the other Elish Norn, and somehow it's made it to the semifinals. But we talked about last week, it was kind of its matchups a little bit. But where do you think that this one shook out, Lowry?
I'm not paying attention.
Oh, what's
going on? I think Staple versus wise, Grand Cenobite won.
Why Staple
and
versus
so
wise?
We had these 2 face each other in Staple versus.
Did we?
Yeah, and Grand Cenobite won.
Who had the new one? I did, didn't I? Yes, I had all the new ones.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Grand Cenobite won this one somehow.
Yeah, that would be weird if it didn't. If you had a Staple versus go one way and then it switches the other way, maybe it gave it more time and people finally realized that this one's better.
Maybe
59% of the votes went with Grand Cenobite. So number 5, my accidental draft went to the OG Elish Norn. So that one makes it into the finals.
Onto the finals.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but 59% of the vote. All right, so then we had Shieldred the Apocalypse against Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider. Where do you think this shook up? Number 3 against number 7. So this is my second overall pick.
My personal pick would be Shieldred, because I almost picked that as my number 2.
Yeah.
What did you go think Vorinclex is
you went with douchebag Vorinclex.
I went with douchebag Vorinclex, which should be here. But the counter of Vorinclex is a surprising one. I'm gonna go with Shieldred though.
Okay, if you're correct, where do you think the percentages are? Do you think this is higher or lower than the other one? The other one is 59%.
I would say higher.
Okay, so
but again, Voraclex keeps on surprising me. So I'd say closer to 70%.
Hey, you're right. Shieldred. You're right on the money for the winner. 68% did go to Shieldred the Apocalypse. So it makes it into the final. So our final matchup, you can see kind of the bracket there of how everybody got there. So Elish Norn took down Gix and then took out the new Urabrask, which I was surprised that it beat the new Urabrask. Like I thought your Urabrask was going to win that one. And then now took out the other Elish Norn, whereas Shieldred took out the OG Urabrask and then took out the OG. It's taking out OGs all over the place. The OG Shieldred, and then just beat Vorinclex. So next week we have the voting that'll start this week, I should say, on Wednesday.
Yes.
We have number 3 versus number 5, Shieldred against Elish Norn. Where do you think this shakes out here? Where would your vote go? Where do you think it should go? What do you think's actually going to happen?
I think Shieldred should win this. Everybody draws cards. Not everybody has creatures necessarily. Shieldred's a lot cheaper than Elish Norn. Death Touch versus Vigilance. I don't know. That part doesn't really matter. But I mean, everybody draws cards.
You're gaining life when you draw cards. You're taking people down when they.
It's such a big swing. So you don't even have to try. Yeah. And Shieldred's just really good.
I think I'm on the same page as you. Now, let hypothetical, what would have happened if it was the other Elish Norn, Mother of Machines?
Oh, I think Shieldred wins.
Still wins. Okay.
That way is way, yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So the voting will start on Wednesday. Again, we're in the finals. So you will be able to vote on Twitter. You'll be able to vote on YouTube. You'll be able to vote on the Discord if you're a part of the Discord. So we got all 3 places, and we'll announce the finals winner next week. All right. So we got 2 things done out of our 4 list.
Look at that.
4 list. All right. So now card preview. We're going to get to here. So we're getting to Phase 5 Commander cards from Aftermath. All right. So with the Fave 5s, how this all works is we don't know what our 5s are. So there could be some stealing going on here. And since you don't have anything in the tournament, I'll let you go first. And that's how nice. That's how nice.
Shit talking. This is why I didn't want to participate in the tournament today. Hurting my feelings. All right, fine. I'm gonna try and take the one that I absolutely want to talk about. These are in no order. Just making sure that Adam isn't gonna steal my shit. I'm gonna go with Sigarda, Font of Blessings.
Hey, I had that in not my it wasn't in my list. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. It wasn't in my 5, but it was in my list that I initially put together. So I like this one a lot. But go ahead. Tell me what that. Tell me what it is.
All right, so it is 2, a green, a white, 4/4 flyer. Other permanents you control have hexproof, and you may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you can cast angel or human spells from the top of your library. Number 1, I love Shalai as a protection creature, and this kind of covers that for the most part. Just all of your permanents have hexproof.
Yeah.
I
like that. And then I like that part too with everything.
So it's your lands, it's artifacts, planeswalker, it's everything. Where Shalai is like creatures, planeswalkers, and yourself. You know, so I like that this is everything. It's 4/4 for 4. And being able to cast cards off the top of your library, even though they're specifically angels and humans, that's just upside. That's gravy.
Right. Humans are one of the most used. It is the most used tribe in Commander. So you're definitely going to hit that. Yeah, no, I like this a lot. And it's for 4 mana. Really quick, Joel said, nice meeting you guys this weekend. Hey, Joel, I don't know if you saw us earlier, gave you the shout out. Thank you for stopping by and everything and saying hi and all that. So thank you, buddy. I dig this card. I think it's really good. I agree with everything you're saying there. So like I said, it was there. It's on my list. It's just not on my phone.
But I didn't steal it.
Nope. You're trying to steal is what you're trying to do, is what you're trying to.
I was.
Okay.
All right. What do you think you got?
What do I think I got?
What do you think you got?
My first one is going to be not a commander card, but it's going to be Open the Way, which is 2 green and X, and X can't be greater than the number of players in the game. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X land cards. Then it doesn't have to be basic, but you put those land cards on the battlefield tapped and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I know we have a lot of cards that do similar things. A lot of times you got the joint one where everybody can draw, or if they decide they want to draw, they get a land and then you get a land with that. I just think this one's cool because if you're in a commander game, you're counting yourself. You can get 4 land. It's just revealing until you hit those land. It doesn't have to be basic land because it's not opponents. It's just players in the game. And if you're in a 5-player game, 6-player game, which probably doesn't happen very often, this could do a lot more. So it's number 5 for a reason, because there's other things that do this similar thing. I think I would like it a lot more, obviously, if it was an instant, but I think this is good ramp.
I mean, ramp normally isn't instant.
Right, I know. I mean, you do get a couple of those. You do get a couple.
Actually, I didn't realize it said player. I thought it was opponents. And so players does make it feel good. You know, the 4 to get 2 lands into play is kind of on par with bad ramp to a degree. Like 4 mana ramp does that. And then this gives you the potential for a 3rd or 4th land, depending on where you are on the game.
Yep.
So I do kind of like that. I do like that better than I thought I did.
Yeah. So that's where
good job.
Sal was asking, did we give him a alert shot? No, as I said earlier, I panicked when I saw the metal detectors, and they were like high-tech metal detectors. It wasn't like your typical, like, it goes over your head. It was like somebody standing at a computer and it looks like you're going through into like a spaceship. And I was like, holy shit, they're going to see these little bottles in there. And my wife picked those up, by the way, found a shit ton. So get ready, Smith Connors. You're getting little bottles of Malort. Just a little present not foreshadowing, just a spoiler.
It's happening. It's just spoiler. Joel's pointing out something that I kind of left out of the story. So when he did ask me, he was like, hey, can you sign my mat? And I looked at him, I was like, so is this like random or something?
Well, it's kind of what I said when he first said the signing. It's like, I was like, I don't know why this guy's, he saw the, okay.
I didn't get it. And then he's like, I've been listening to you guys for a while now. And I was like, oh, and that's, I don't know I wasn't ready for that.
Well, and I got mad actually after I signed. I thought about it. I was like, I should have signed my name and then hashtag Urza's for life, but I didn't do anything under that. I was like, fuck, missed opportunity.
I did. I put Commander Smith's.
Oh,
I should have done hashtag Team Force.
Yeah, and I should have done
That's
Urza's
my
for
bad.
life or
I
Malort
absolutely
or
should have.
Hello Boobies or anything, or I can't read something.
Something.
You're right. Kid can't even read.
We weren't prepared mentally for the con at all.
So the con basically for us was, hey, this is what it's like. That's what we just didn't know. We didn't know what to expect, and so now we do.
We had no idea.
We're ready for the next one. Okay, that was my number 5. What is your number 4?
I'm gonna go with Narset. Is that one that you had?
Not even on my list. Narset.
Not even on your list. All right. Narset Enlightened Exile is 1, a blue, a red, a white for 3/4 human monk legend. Creatures you control have prowess. Whenever Narset attacks, exile target non-creature, non-land card with mana value less than Narset's power from a graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So it's doing stuff. It's cool. It's kind of like a mixture, like the prowess, the first Enlightened Master. What? You don't even like this one.
Nope.
Fine. That's fine. I like it. I think it's cool. Being able to cast stuff is cool.
I'm glad you like it.
Why don't you? No, don't do this to me.
All right. That's cool. You going to make a deck around it?
No.
It's not that cool.
That's fair. It's not that cool. I agree. Sigarda is my favorite card out of everything. Hashtag Team Force Walk.
Get out of here. Your Team Force Walk did some nasty stuff at the Magic Con. It did some good stuff.
Oh, Jetta Janin? Yeah,
it
was awesome.
I like that deck, actually. It's pretty brutal. It just sucks because, especially because it's Team Force Walk, if I'm in the game with you, it's like, well, Adam's getting all of this to his face because he has to, because he's anti freaking Team Force Walk.
That's not at all why I did it. It was because your decks weren't doing anything. It was an easy hit.
Oh, that was only the first game.
I get some shit talking in too.
We played the one game where I think the first one was the guy's like, you get one free mulligan. I'm like, fuck, like that's not how we play. And it was the first time mixing that deck up. Yeah. And so I got screwed. I didn't have any mana. I was like, well, I'm not going to go down cards, but whatever. Yeah. Anyways,
Team Force Walk.
Shut up. All right. My number 4 is the Leyline. Leyline hang on a second. Immersion.
I don't like that one.
You just get me back. So it's 1 green and 3 colorless for an aura. You have to enchant a legendary creature. Enchanted creature has ward 2, so it gives it a little bit of protection. And tap to add 5 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast spells. So you can't use it for abilities, but if you're playing like a 2-color deck or even just mono green, you're tapping it and it's giving you 5 mana for this. And it gives protection to your commander. Unless your commander's a Voltron type deck, not a lot of time. You want to protect your commander, and why not make it get protection and give you mana? 5. Give you 5 mana for that as well. So I think this one's pretty cool. I was hemming and hawing if I wanted to add more commanders in this, legendary stuff. But I really do like this one. I think it's going to fit well in Urtet because I can add the 5 mana to cast more stuff, and then it's untapping, and then I can do my other stuff with Urtet or whatever. I can do some shenanigans of untapping and tapping stuff. So I think that one's going to be a lot of fun in there, and it fits in.
I can agree with you. I think it is better than I would give it credit for, because I think you're right. If you have a commander that you're looking to have do something other than attack, I think this is a good card for it.
Yeah, it's a lot of mana there. So
all right. But it replaces itself right away. You know what I mean? So Urtet's 3 mana. Next turn, 4 mana. This, tap it for 5.
Yeah.
And then you're untapping and doing it again. Right. That's a great return right there.
Right. So yeah, this is for sure slotting in there. So all right, what is your number 3? I feel like we're going to start hitting each other's here, I think.
I don't know if that's true.
I think we're going to have 2 or 3 overlapping things here.
I'm going to say Filter Out, which is
that was my runner-ups. That was my
colorless blue instant. Return all non-creature, non-land permanents to their owner's hands. So you're talking about planeswalkers, artifacts, enchantments at instant speed for everybody, including yourself. But at 3 mana,
don't forget battles.
I will forget battles. But you're right. That
don't
also goes back.
Don't forget them.
Yes. Is that in the flavor text? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying the battles are new.
Saying it like that?
Well, they're new, and it is a new type, so you can't forget them.
You're right. You're right. I can't. So is that something that you would do? Is like set up
battles and then pop them back to your hand, and then
battles, and if somebody's going to attack you or like
that's
kill
what
it, and you're like,
that's why I really like this card. Is I love that the instant speed stuff. Like that's why I almost made my, like if you had chosen one of my other ones, this would have been my replacement. Like I'm like, okay, I'm popping this one in.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of times when people are attacking you, the creatures are the main thing you're worried about. But there's things that are added on. Like there's reasons why they're attacking. Either they're getting a benefit from, more damage, or maybe draw and blah, 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 or protection and all that. This can fuck their shit up. Like if they're attacking and now you pop this out and it's popping all the stuff that gives their stuff protection, now you're just wiping out their only thing that they're counting on.
It feels great against like a Pillow Fort style deck where some people are just laying up enchantments to make it hard to attack them.
Yeah.
Then you could be like, You're wide open. I get in.
I've been seeing this a lot lately is Eldrazi monument type stuff where people indestructible and all, vigilant, all that stuff, like removing that, like they're thinking they can just attack into it. And then at instant speed, just taking that away. Like then you just,
they lose flying. They lose indestructible. Yeah. I can see that Dolmen Gate or the Red White God
Memorial or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been seeing we've seen those recently in multiple games here. So I think this is a very good card for 3 that does that. That's pretty insane. I like this card a lot.
Agreed.
Good
Gets
pick.
rid of all those treasures, stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good point. Treasures. I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. All right. My number, what is it? 3? Yes.
Trace.
3. All right. Finally get to a commander, and it's going to be Karn. Karn. And a big thing for this Karn is Legacy Reforged. So this is 5 for a legendary artifact creature golem. Its power and toughness is equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. So at the very least, he's a 5/5 because he is an artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, add 1 colorless mana for each artifact you control. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. Until end of turn, you don't lose mana as steps and phases end. So I like this in my Akiri deck. I'd have to look and see how many artifact spells I actually have in that deck. It does say you can't use it for artifacts or non-artifact spells, but you can use it for abilities. It doesn't say anything about that. You only can cast artifact spells, but if you're using it for other things that aren't spell casting,
like food tokens or
why you gotta bring up food tokens, man? I mean, I guess then it makes it so you can actually use food tokens instead of them just sitting there doing nothing, absolutely nothing. Fucking waste.
I brought it up because it makes you bitter.
It's like Team Forest Walk and food tokens. I don't know.
Right.
It's 1A and 1B. What do I hate more?
Triggered. Triggers.
So yeah, this makes my number 3 spot. I think it's going to be used quite a bit, especially artifact decks. People play a lot of artifacts. You're going to get some a lot of ramp with this in a way.
I think it goes solid like equipment deck, clearly artifact decks like Alayla or Oscar being colorless allows it to fit into a lot of different builds. And I think it can do a lot of work. This was my number 6. That one that I deleted from my list on accident. I was like, why was that there? So that was this. And I think it'll be really cool. And I like that they also kind of neutered it with it having to be artifact spells instead of allowing it to be another Eldrazi deck. That's kind of nice. So yeah, I think it's colorless. A good design what they did with it.
Yep, that's a good point. Yeah. All right, what is number 2? Well, you don't have it in order necessarily, or do you?
I don't. It's just the second to last one. I'm gonna go with Vesuvan Drifter.
I'm trying to see if it's on mine. Nope, not on mine. Vesuvan.
Hey, we did not cross over.
I was completely wrong because I thought we would match on 2 to 3.
All right. 2 and a blue, 2/4 flyer, shapeshifter. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. At the beginning of each combat, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you reveal a creature card this way, Drifter becomes a copy of that card until the end of turn, except it has flying.
Wait, did you have trouble with the words there? Vesuvian? Vesuvian?
It's Vesuvan.
But isn't it Vesuv? Oh, I guess it is. Hit my button. I tried to make fun of you, and then it backfired.
You tried to. I stumbled. I wasn't saying it wrong. I just stumbled.
I was thinking, is it Vesuvan Doppelganger, or isn't that the OG?
I'd have to look that up. I don't know. That's just how you said it. That doesn't mean that's how it's said.
I know, but I'm gonna check it out now.
So I like this one. It kind of is a nice clone effect. I like it. Yeah.
I love this one. Brings me
back.
It
is Vesuvan.
I always said it Vesuvian.
Yep.
Vesuvian. Yeah, it's just.
I'm going to do this again.
Why? You can't even read.
Well, especially when I was a young kid, I couldn't read.
It's only been 25 years.
As an adult, I'm at the same spot as I was as a kid, so whatever.
I'm sure you'll be able to adjust just fine and pronouncing it properly.
I just want that button to follow me around, so when I'm trying to actually read things out loud, I'm like, "Hey guys, you know what? Burp, 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 burp."
You don't.
All right.
I think it's a really cool card. I still really like Takasia, and so this could potentially fit in there nicely. So I don't know.
Cool.
Cool, Lowry.
I'm gonna
probably
move
wrong.
my number 1 to my number 2 just because I feel like you're gonna have it as your number 1, and I don't want you to take it from me.
Doubt it.
I'm gonna do mine. So my number 1 is Tranquil.
This would be your number 2. Oh, your number 1, but at number 2. Okay.
Yep. Tranquil Frillback. Gosh, stop doing the side stuff there. Tranquil Frillback. It is a dinosaur. It's 1 green and 2 colorless. 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 green up to 3 times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, choose up to that many of one of the 3 choices. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, exile target player's graveyard, or gain 4 life. Great removal, great graveyard removal. It's don't even him and haw. I thought for sure this was going to be your number 1 or on your list. You don't like it?
If it said kicker on it, I'd be happier.
But
that's what this is.
Here's the other thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
It says not cast, enters. So if you flicker this and you come back, you can just tap green, green, green and do it again. Flicker. What do you mean? If you have, it has ETB triggers and not cast triggers. So if you're able to do this later, flickering this, bringing it back from the graveyard, any way of cheating this in, you still get
kicker
to do
needs
it again.
more help than ETB stuff. That's why I'd be happier if it said kicker.
Oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
That's all right.
It's gonna be used a shit ton. This is gonna be used
No,
a lot.
it- no, it ain't.
It's gonna be a shit ton. Come
It-
on.
You're not going to pay more than 1 green for the most part, unless you need to gain life.
Late game though. Like
Unless-
if you need to remove 3 things, that's nice. Destroy target artifact
What?
or enchantment.
You can't choose the same one twice, can you?
It doesn't say you can't. Choose up to that many. Or
yeah,
is it saying
choose
you go,
up to that many.
Oh, so you're going to choose 1, 1, and 1. Damn it. Okay. Right. Well, I'm glad it's number 2. I was thinking that it could hit that. I was thinking I could hit that 3 times. Yeah, I guess
Right.
It
If
normally,
that was 3
if it-
times, agreed.
that's
But that
what
is
I was
not the
thinking.
case,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think.
If it was the other way, now that you're saying it, it would have said you can choose one mode more than once. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is my
I would
number
agree
5.
with you on that.
Now, please, it'd be funny if you sniped my my number 2. As
You'll ask. I doubt it.
All right.
I still doubt it. All right. I'm going to go with Metropolis Reformer.
Woo. Metropolis. All right. Metrop.
It's 2 and a white, Angel Cleric, 2/3, Flying Vigilance.
Hang on. Metropolis. I probably spelled Metropolis wrong. How do you spell Metropolis?
Metropolis.
Oh, I did an A in there. Which one? Reformer. Okay.
That one.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. 2 and a white, 2/3, Angel Cleric, Flying Vigilance. You have hexproof. Whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life. No, whenever
it's
is dealt damage, you gain that much life.
Yeah, so that's where I was like, unless you have, I liked it. I just didn't want it to. I didn't make my list, but I like it. I like that you have hexproof and stuff, but you have to do damage to it or get something to do damage to it. So the most you're really gaining is, unless you're chump blocking a huge fucking thing.
Or if like a Blasphemous Act hits it, you gain 13 life.
Right.
Or you can like redirect all the damage dealt to you, like a Gideon Sacrifice towards it. It has vigilance. So if somebody blocks it with the 1/1 or 2/2, you gain that much life. And then it's a blocker on that ability as well. It's not necessarily life link. You know what I mean? It has to deal damage, but I think if you're playing like a stuffy doll for that kind of effect, I think this is a deck for you. And I like that kind of deck. So just having another option that's not necessarily damage or 1/1 counters, it's also life gain.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's a cheap angel.
It's
a cheap angel.
Yeah, that works too. I was gonna say, I see. Would you rather have life gain or the way that this is worded?
I mean, that's what this is. When it's dealt damage.
No, I mean, because is it the life link is the amount of damage that it is dealing
that it deals, and then this is how much life.
So you can be hit by a 20/20 and gain 20 life, whereas if you had life link, you're only gaining
still only
two.
gain 2.
Yeah. So
So this has a lot higher ceiling.
But this can hit, and you are always, like, if it was lifelink, you're always gaining 2. Like, whereas this, if you're getting, evasion, getting through, you're not gaining 2. You're just hitting for 2,
Sure.
So it's like,
sure. I'd rather have the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you have this sitting back, people are going to be like, well, I don't want to attack them with my biggest guys.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I thought it was a cool card. What's your last one?
It's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What's your last one?
No, I dig it. All right. What is my last one? Oh, it's Nissa.
I didn't make the cards. It doesn't. Your opinion does not affect me.
I am doing my number one. Well, it was my number. Well, it is my number one now because now I can read and I know what cards do. Nissa Resurgent Animist. So it's 1 green and 2 colorless, and kind of has a Lotus Cobra effect, except better. This is a 3/3 Elf Scout, legendary creature. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. Then, if this is the second time, so fetch lands, this ability has resolved this turn. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or an elemental card. Put that card into your hand and the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay, so you're going, oh, tribal, elf tribal, blah, 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 elemental. You don't have to do that. Like, this is still Lotus Cobra on a stick in a way. It's 1 more mana, a bigger body. Mm-hmm. The chances are that you're playing a green deck and you have another elf in the deck is probably pretty high when you're not even just playing tribal. I mean, even elemental.
Yeah, elementals show up a lot too.
So you go until you hit one of these. I mean, at the very least, you put something in there that's a big baddie or something that's going to change the game or whatever. And that's the one thing that you're going to hit when you go through it. Or you put like 3 or 4 of them in there. You don't plan around it unless you put a deck that's built around this. I mean, landfall is your favorite thing. You didn't draft it but is your favorite thing. Just saying.
Yeah, I think Cole has, like, I think it's a good one in an elemental list and an elf list, but I think you're totally right that in landfall or just green in general, you're going to have a couple of elves or elementals running around, and that's just kind of free going into your hand. I agree. I think I was probably comparing it to Tireless Provisioner, the one that creates the treasure tokens instead of like a Lotus Cobra. And I might like that better, just because treasures stick around.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah. Any color there too. So, but I think I like this better than Lotus Cobra.
I like this better than Lotus Cobra. I agree.
But all 3.
But I don't know if I like it better than Tireless Provisioner.
Yeah, I can see that. I like having treasures.
Treasures are nice.
Unless you're playing an elf or an elemental deck, then this is like, you need this in there for sure right away. Why isn't it already in your deck?
But I think you have a really good point about, like, even if you're not running a ton of elves, like, that means you like those elves and you almost need them. And so going and getting one, and that means you already have 2 mana sitting there potentially. Mm-hmm. You could probably cast that elf pretty easy after that as well. So it could be very good. Mm-hmm. Just right off the bat, I don't love it, but I'd have to go through my Omnath list and see how many cards I could hit.
That's what I'd be curious, is going through my decks that, like green, how many I would have as elves and all that stuff. Like, what Jeff is saying, I like Lotus Cobra better than this because it's a 2-drop. Yes, but the thing is this isn't
this being card advantage.
This is card advantage. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is this isn't you play the second land drop and you look at the top 4 cards and then whatever, if it is, you put it. This goes until you hit. So if you know you have other elves or elementals in the deck, they're going into your hand. Like, you're automatically getting another card into your hand. So I like that advantage. I will pay 1 more to get that advantage over Lotus Cobra.
Yeah.
And
Lotus Cobra is definitely quicker.
Right. Turn 2, you get that sucker out and then you're doing stuff. But for 1 more, I would rather have this, especially because if I'm in a green deck I mean, you're talking about, I know this is stupid, but Llanowar elves. I mean, you're getting another elf. Like you have the mystic elves. If you're playing mana dorks, a lot of times they're elves. Besides Birds of Paradise, a lot of them are elves. So you're getting more mana. It's adding to your ramp all around. And if you're playing fetches, which you should be, you're going to get this pretty easily. So there we go. That is our fave 5. If you guys have different stuff on your list, there's a bunch in here. So like Calyx was pretty sweet. Tyvar, like a lot of these, I'm like, this is going to be good in this deck and this deck. There's a couple of them with Urtet, a couple of them that are going to fit well with Tom Bombadil that I'm going to be building. I'm still working out the angle I'm doing with that one. There's a lot of cool pieces I like in this 50 cards. So I'm impressed with the 50 cards, but I'm sad that it's only 6 cards if that is true in the packs. That kind of stinks, but whatever.
That's just kind of what I heard. I don't think I've read anything official on it.
When you said that, I was like, yeah, that does kind of sound familiar. So, okay. So we have to get to Stump. Let me get everything here.
I think we're going to have enough time for a staple versus.
Yeah, but I'm not buzzed enough to do that one.
Get there.
All right, here we go. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. All right, if you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no will hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He will get up to 5 wrong guesses before he is considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. Each will reveal a different part of the card. If Lowry can get everything about the card but can't get what the card is, he will get the initials of the card. If he still has a clue left, he will get bonus clues at that point that should help give it away. The card has to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. Right now, the prize, we are on week 3, so if Lowry does not get stumped today, we'll add to the ante, but right now it is the proxy of Urabrask. As you can see there, it's the flip side, so this is a foil proxy. The back side is a combination of the OG Urabrask with the really weird fucking Urabrask that just looks like a pile of meat. Works perfect for the meat forest. Today's stumper is Archangel Alchemist. I think that is it. Oh, I eliminated the chat. And I got a little special thing for you today.
Ruh-roh.
Well, you'll see here in a second. So, as I read the flavor text, am I getting loud?
No, you're going soft.
Oh, I'm going soft.
That was a weird way to say it.
Dang it. Dang it. I'm going soft.
Okay,
all right. I just popped this up. It's doing that whole like monitoring, like making me go quiet. So I'll keep an eye on that for a second.
All right.
Okay. So here's let me know if I go quiet again for you.
Right.
I added a little feature here. You now can see the flavor text. So here is the flavor. Clearly, it indicates the etheric azimuth of ... Can you hit the button, please?
Right.
Okay.
I didn't. I'm glad that you wrote that out because you saying that would have not helped me.
Azimuth of Jace Beller.
Etheric azimuth.
What the fuck
Clearly
is that?
It indicates the etheric azimuth
of ...
All right.
And
Jace
chat,
Bellerin.
You guys are playing along here. See if you guys can get it. Jackal is not right, Renshine.
Lightning bolt.
Let's see if Sal gets it beforehand this time. He got it first last week.
Okay, so we're gonna say that Jace would be talking about this card. I don't think it's blue. Indicates the etheric azimuth. Azimuth? Are we saying that right? I think so.
That's how I would say it. Azimuth.
Yeah. Well, that's how you did say it. Clearly it indicates. Okay, so where are the places that he's he's kind of like a detective, I guess, in this regard. So it could be
Inspector Gadget. Well, it's Inspector.
Yeah.
That's not a detective.
Yeah.
Well, he is. I mean,
and so this is potentially talking about like Ravnica, what like Dragon's Maze area, or it could be like Ixalan.
last beer.
Etheric asm. I wish I knew that word, and I wish if I knew if it was made up or not. Azimuth, because etheric, like aether, they're talking about aether there, which is what it is. What it is, I don't know either.
It is what it is, buddy.
Indicates the etheric azimuth of ... Is it?
Renshai is on the right track.
Okay. All right. Good job. Is this from Ixalan block?
That's exactly what Renshai just asked.
Hello, boobies.
There we
That
go.
is what we get.
There we go. Clearly it indicates the etheric azimuth. Azimuth?
Don't get
Does he
you're
have
getting,
azimuth?
you're getting so hung up. Maybe I'm hiding the damn words. It's gone. See ya. No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever. Jace has asthma. That's all I'm getting out of this. Asthma?
He has azimuth.
Asthma. That
It's
sounds like
it's
he's hanging out with
Mushmouth.
Vraska a little bit. Asthma. All right. Is it? Is it a permanent card?
Hello, boobies.
Oh, Renshai. I think Renshai has it. Renshai,
Is it an artifact?
Give me the initials.
Hello, boobies.
I think I know it too. All right. Indicates the etheric. I'll take a clue, please.
All right, we're in a different order because if I gave you the art, you would get this probably pretty quick. So,
Okay.
this card is in 20,000 EDH rec decks.
Okay.
It was first printed in Ixalan
Okay.
and is seen in 44% of all Dakin Black Blade decks. Bloop,
Ooh.
bloop, 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 bloop.
Ooh.
Thank you, Renshai. You got it right. He gave me the initials. The rest of the chat, see if you guys can figure it out with the initials that he gave there.
Do it. Does it go and search for a land?
Hello, boobies.
Do I gotta get the full name or just the front side?
Oh, just the front side. Shit!
Got it. All right, it's a flip card.
Hello, boobies.
Son of a bitch! I don't know what you are talking about.
All right. This is the flip card version of Journeyer's Kite,
So, Jeff
but it's
Jeff
not
says pretty sure it's pronounced like asthma, but with the th at the end.
Asmuth.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Asthma. Etheric asthma of
And yep, they got
What?
it. Sal is on it too. Yep, so they got it.
I don't know if
the chat has gotten it.
Okay.
You've only gotten one clue, so
Give me a second.
well, you
It's pay 2, tap it, go search your library for a basic and put it into your hand.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
your cost is off.
Yeah, it's 3.
Hello, boobies.
Okay. So that's one wrong so far.
Yep.
I'll take a
Yeah,
I'll take a second clue.
None of this is gonna help you though. Well,
Thanks.
the third clue is the order of this. All right. The text features land tutoring, which you got that.
Yeah.
And if conditions are met, something to rival Maze of Ith.
All right. So if you have 7 lands in play, it flips.
Hello, boobies.
You didn't give me the casting costs. That's all I'm looking for at this point.
That's a good question. Is that Is that 2?
Hello, boobies.
Got it. All right. The initials are TC. You can figure out the
Twin
C.
Cities.
Yeah. Wrong.
Okay. All right. TC?
Yep. And actually, the funny thing is the second clue helps you a little bit in the name of this. And I will give you that because you did get TC and you have a clue left. So the art is features a tool that is used in navigation, which is also part of the name. What do you use for navigation?
Google.
Old school navigation.
Oh. How old? Like a pirate?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Exactly.
Because there's pirates on Ixalan?
Exactly like a pirate.
Oh my gosh.
What is the C word?
C.
Not the bad C word.
Hey. What's this? Trying to get us in trouble. Here.
Just give me the C word.
Last time I said it, you yelled at me.
You were calling my wife that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I did not. I don't think.
No.
Well, it was the
What?
gameplay. I was saying ridiculous stuff. It was getting worse and worse. I don't remember what I was saying at that point.
No, I'm just kidding.
TC.
All right, I'm on my last beer. There's no more beer left. You can't get the C word? It's a tool that's used in navigation, and it starts with a C. I can't give you any more clues than that.
Oh, compass.
There you go.
I thought you were talking about the T. I thought you were talking about the T.
No, I'm not talking about the T. I'm talking about the C.
Okay, say the C word. All right. I have used a compass in my life. I swear.
Jeff said, demonetized.
That's for sure.
Sold. All right, the T word. I did not write a bonus clue for this one.
I
thought of looking that word up to try to figure out a different.
Azimuth.
Yeah. Ass mouth.
Hey, we're gonna get demonetized for that too. You're gonna say
no. We're not 7 seconds into the episode, so that's why we give that 2-minute buffer.
That's true. We can cuss after that.
Yeah,
okay.
you just can't do it in the first 7 seconds. So
just demonetize every episode. Going, fuck everything. Where the commander's best.
All right, so it's T compass.
That's a really good question. Shit.
I don't know how to help you out with the T word. Because I've kind of already given my bonus clue to you, so.
Yeah. Or like the easiest word.
It's not. Oh, for the easiest word, yeah.
Compass.
But you had the most trouble with it. It's like navigation. And you're like, yeah, the pirate.
I thought you were talking about the T word.
I kept saying the C word.
How about you just yell at me to say the T word and then
what
I'll
is
get
the
there.
T word? Give me the T word.
Does it start out with like trans?
Wrong.
That was what was in my head, like transmorphing or trans exploring or like thematic compass?
Oh,
I got there.
Off. He pulls it off. I was actually just gonna go, hey chat, can you give me another word for thematic, like a synonym or something like that, so I can try to figure out a clue here? But you did
get there.
You did it.
Right.
Congratulations.
I just had to get there. I have
Sal said
taint.
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 I like that.
Taint
That's
compass.
the first thing that pops up. Taint on the chat. That's finally back.
That's what I do with my compasses. I tie in my taint hair to it, and it just dangles there. And then I look down.
You have to bend over quite far.
Yeah. Why does it always point to my nuts?
It's due north. Or is it south?
So I just looked at this. I have this in my Zimone and Dina pile of cards because it puts lands into play from your hand. And so this puts lands from your library into your hand. So it works, but I put that pile together 3 weeks ago at this point. So it took me a while. Thank you, everybody. Sorry that it took that long.
Archangel Alchemist, if you want to not sign one of those, but you can sign a land that says Thaumatic Compass and send that to us, both of us. If you send 2 of them, that'd be great. Then you make the wall. See Lowry's wall behind him right down there. And mine is over here. I have to figure out a different camera thing or spot. They're all up there for all the stumpers. We're going to get some more coming here soon when we get SmithCon because there's people bringing them there. But you can mail them to us as well. So, again, if you guys want to enter, just make sure you send it to commandersmiths@gmail.com. This week was a drawing one because I forgot. Oh, speaking of, I was like, because I forgot to draw last week. I'm going to draw for next week's Stumper.
Bring it on.
And if I draw Archangel Alchemist again, I forgot to take his name out, so I'm going to have to redo that. So I'm not looking. It's above my head. My head's down. I got one right there. We go.
Who is it?
Well, it's a white one, so it's a newer one. It is. Oh, we've had him a little bit recently. Moog, from the Exile.
Moogs.
Moog,
Bring it. I'll let him know.
I'll
let him know.
Stumper for next week. And we'll figure out what we're going to add on for the prize, but it is the foil proxy. And then in not a proxy, we're going to add another card that's probably roughly $10 to $15. So,
and he's down in Australia. We do send this stuff internationally. It just might take longer and stuff like that. So,
hey, Sal, I'm in the same boat. He said, I don't even know what thematic means. Thank you. Cause I was I'm like, I can't even make
whatever.
It's a
themed compass.
So
that's what it means, right? What theme?
It's
thematic.
All right. So let's get sample verses in. We're at 123. Let's make it a shorter one. Let's not go too crazy. We're not too.
Yeah. Cause that's what we don't do.
Well, we are doing good. We got 3 bits in at this point, and we chatted for like a half an hour beforehand. So that's pretty good.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Ooh,
all right.
Shit. I didn't load staple in. Did
Wow.
I? No, I never even put a thing up there.
That's fine. They know the cards kind of roughly.
Yeah, I totally don't have.
You want me to start explaining it, or are we just going to cut this off?
I got to hit this.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler.
Fight.
How much of your beer do you have left?
Staple versus.
I just poured.
That's a dark beer. All right.
I just poured a new one.
Okay.
You're debating if you're gonna have another one.
No, I was gonna charge you. Charge you.
You're gonna charge me.
Yep. Like a pitcher.
Dalkin.
Okay. So, Adam, are you on Vidalcan Ori?
Yes.
That one's okay. It's an artifact for 4 mana, and then you may cast spells as though they had flash. And then I am doing Winding Canyons, which is a land where you can pay 2, tap it, and then you can play creature spells at flash speed. And a land is just infinitely better than taking up a spot. Vidalcan Ori, it doesn't really fit anything thematically. It doesn't help your instance, clearly. And most people play our instant
for me, is what you're saying.
I'm going against it. Winding Canyons is great because it can just tap for mana. It's free to come into play. It's a little sneakier because it's harder to see for people on the board.
Are you hiding it? Like, what are you doing?
What do you mean? No, your lands get a little jumbly.
Oh, so you're hiding it. You're a cheater is what you're telling me. You're sneaking it so people don't see it?
Every turn you want me to be like, I have Winding Canyons open. Is that what you want me to do every time? I'll do that if that's what you want.
If that's the tone that you're going to do.
That's what you want.
Yes. I have Winding Canyons open.
I was going for that. You touched my ween.
Have you
Bring that up for a second week in a row.
I don't even want to get your winding canyons on here. I can't fit it on there.
Wow. It's not a whiny canyon. It's winding canyons.
I can't.
Because canyons are gorgeous.
Dang it!
We don't even know what an orrery is. Sounds like a ordinary Vidalkin. That's all I'm saying.
We'll keep mine on the main screen there, and yours can just kind of be off a little bit. Oh, wait, maybe I can shrink it here. No, nope, I can't get yours any smaller, buddy.
What?
Sounds like a you problem.
That it can't get smaller?
Lucky.
I can get it smaller. Wink.
I don't like exercise and then getting in the shower because I have a vagina at that point.
That's probably right. I haven't exercised in a while though.
So yours is just huge.
Yeah, that's what happens, right? That's
flopping
the
on the
less you
table.
exercise, the larger the bean grows.
It gets.
Yeah. It's a third leg right now.
It's a
it's incredibly hard to trip and fall over. That's all I'm saying.
You have to tuck it down your pant leg.
I can't wear shorts. That's all I know. If I ran like the 40-yard dash at the combine,
good for you.
I'd be weighted down. Let's say that. That's why I'd get a 6 flat. That's
demonetized. No,
he's huge. All right.
What you're saying is you make Garuk blush, is what you're saying. Like,
is it going to turn into
Lowry.
Lowry's unexercised penis?
Someone please make a chart where it shows like exercise and penis size going up. So exercise goes down and your penis size goes up. I want to see that
absolutely
chart,
is not true.
And I will post it on Twitter because no one will see it. Post it on Twitter and the Discord. All right.
Oh, where did we go here? So obviously Winding Canyons wins here, right?
I almost don't have to make arguments for this.
What do you mean you don't have to make arguments for this? Is yours on the reserve list? No, because it's not as good.
There's a lot of bad cards on the reserve list that does not prove
there's a lot of good cards on the reserve list. And this is on the good side.
There's a lot of good cards not on the reserve list. I think a majority of them.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. I've never seen a good card not on the reserve list.
Okay, touche. I'm not really touche-ing it. I'm just...
When was the last time Vidalkin Ori got reprinted? Oh, like 6 months ago.
Yeah, because it's so good.
No, that didn't drive prices or anything. It dropped dramatically.
So yours fits in creature decks.
Who's not playing
Vidalkin
creatures?
Ori fits in everything.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Because you
Why
can
does it
cast
fit in everything?
anything at flash speed.
But mostly creatures.
No. Why just mostly creatures? Why does that matter?
What do you mean?
And
because that's how you win the game.
What? No, it isn't. You win the game by other things. You win the game by bringing their life to 0 by doing damage. You don't have to do it with creatures.
With creatures.
No. I was going to do it with all is one. All will be one. Sorry. All is one. All will be one.
But you didn't. You died before that. Because you didn't do anything with your creatures.
Oh, whatever. No. So not only this, you have to pay 2 and tap this. So really you're wasting 3 every time you're going to do this. And then you're casting something. When Ori's out, it's just there. You don't have to tap
you
anything.
just skip a turn.
And then
you just skip a turn.
You can cast anything. I can cast my Planeswalker, which would be dumb. But you could. You could cast your Planeswalker.
No, I agree. You should do the bad plays.
Well, unless it's Teferi. Well, but you want to use it on their turns too, but whatever. You could do enchantments. You could do surprise creatures if you wanted to. You could do sorceries.
Right.
Sorceries at instant speed are always good. Like that is... Right. Those are some sexy things that can happen when you can play those at that instant speed. Because there's some
I can cast sorcery speed creatures at instant speed with Winding Canyons.
What you just said just made the room dumber.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I need to get... That is the note. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? The room is now dumber. I have to get that button. The room.
That's a long button. You don't want that to monetize us.
is now dumber button. All right, keep going.
Right. So when you cast Vidalcan Aura, you're paying 4. Are you going to be able to cast anything at instant speed after that? No.
Sure.
I mean,
do I only have 4 mana? Is that all I'm allowed?
Right. Am I only allowed 3? Is that what your complaint is?
No, just saying every time that you have to do this, if you want to do it on Steve's turn, you have to tap 3 and then you're casting something. And you want to do something on Frank's turn, you have to tap 3 and do it. And if you want to do it on
playing with Frank Thomas? What
Billy
are you
Bob's
we don't know
turn, you have to tap 3 to be able to
now
do
we're
anything.
in Varsity Blues? What's going on here?
Yes.
I feel like we're going through the 90s.
Whereas
What's going
mine,
on?
I just sit there and I'm like, okay, I can cast it whenever I want. So you cast your stuff. They could be surprise blockers. You can kill them then. You don't have to worry about tapping the 2 and tapping this, losing out on one of your manas. And you can block, or you could just wait until it's about to be your turn, and then you just cast as many as you want. I get 3 free mana basically sitting there to do whatever I want with it.
You're still using 4, so...
Initially, yes.
Initially.
You're still wasting a spot for Winding Canyons of your land drop.
That's not wasting a spot.
Totally
Very
wasted.
much not true. It's
Totally
a great utility land, and
how many
Vidalcan
decks
Ori
is this
is...
in for you?
What?
How many decks?
Probably, it could go in all of them. It could.
But do you have it in there? Are you one of the 300 decks that have it in there?
Yes. I have 2 decks with it in there.
Oh, so 298 other people are using this?
I mean, if they have it in multiple decks as well, that's
I'm
probably
kidding.
less people.
It's in more decks than that. I was just giving you shit.
I knew that. I knew that.
It's in 6,800 compared to 43,000.
And Winding Canyons is a forest when you have Yavimaya Cradle Growth in play. That's
sure.
all lands are. Okay, what can be blown up easier? What's more relevant?
You got me there. Lands
I did.
Get blown up easier.
That's
non-basic lands. Just get, I see it blow up. Didn't you do that? Don't you have cards that do that? Blow up non-basics because of...
No.
Yeah, but I thought that's what you did.
I don't. I've never
what?
Done that.
What?
Ever.
You doubled down. You tripled down. Ever, never. Don't listen to other casts. Back to our few episodes. Actually, I don't think we've talked about it for a long time, but I will give you that. All right, I will give you that. Artifacts are easier to blow up.
They are.
That's about it. That's your plus.
What do you mean? That's about it.
It's your plus to all the other minuses that you have. Cost 2, taps for 3, only creatures. I guess I give you a plus. It does give you a mana, but to be able to do its ability, it's not just tapping 2, it's also tapping this. So you're losing out on 3 mana.
So if you...
So really, it's really... Mine's a 4-drop. Yours is a 3-drop in a way.
In a way. But like...
Every time you want to do it.
And always gives me mana.
Every time you want to do it, it's a 3-drop. Whereas
mine has 2 things going on.
And it's 0 from that point forward.
2 things going on. Because I can get mana all the time. So you're saying it's going to cost me 3 mana all the time. But each turn, if I don't use it for the instant speed ability, it's giving me mana, which would put me in the positive, right?
Sure.
If I'm not having to use that instant speed stuff.
So,
but then yours just sits there.
And you play your stuff.
That's all it does. That's what it does.
It sits there. And it fits in with artifact theme stuff. So this helps with the Karn that I was just talking about. Adds to your mana. Yeah, it does. It gives you more mana. Oh, it adds to that. Winding Canyons, it takes over that part. This is your one colorless right there. Adds in. It's a mana with Karn. It's fantastic. Does yours fit in artifact themed decks?
Yeah, it's colorless for sure.
So you can cast
you need colorless lands and artifacts.
You can cast that Panharmonicon at instant speed. You can cast all those artifacts at instant speed. That's what you can do
with Winding Canyons, as long as Vidalcan Ori is in play. Yes, I can help. You're talking about other cards that help your cards, so I'm going to talk about other cards that help my card.
You were doing the same.
Look, I wasn't doing the same. When was I doing the same?
I think that's
lies. You don't even know what you're talking about here.
You got any last arguments for yours?
Vote for Lowry.
I'm surprised you didn't do hashtag Team Forest Walk. Or just flash your shirt.
That'd be lazy. I'd be lazy. That's a good point, though. I do like that.
Yeah, flash assert. You don't even have to say anything. But the people that are listening won't catch that. All right.
Hashtag Team Force 4.
He said, "Why didn't you guys argue Alchemist Refuge a better version?" Okay, so again, it's too similar. Like we're trying to get two different cards, Sal. So Alchemist Refuge is just exactly like the arguments would be, I'm playing a green blue, and I think we have done Alchemist Refuge recently with something because I remember talking about that. That one, you're just you don't want it too similar. We have to be a little bit different. So that's a little behind the scenes of stuff and stuff.
If we don't want to choose, generous gift versus beast within.
Yeah, and then you're just arguing over
the bid is.
Yeah. All right, you guys can vote for this. This will be on. We haven't done this for a little bit because we had the tournament going. So it'll be on the Discord. So we have two voting things going on this week. This one will be on the Discord, Twitter, and YouTube as well. So just the community tab. Check that out. That should do it for this week. Remember, if you guys are still thinking about getting that secret layer, make sure to check out that video. That should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.